Hi, I'm Kylie. I've been asked to create a few workouts that can be shared with our community, but I've also been asked to create a workout that can be shared internally. So this one is for you. We'll go through a warm-up, a few moves to activate and strengthen those more neglected muscles, and stretches to help open up and loosen the tighter muscles to create a nice balance. Before we start, I'd like to mention how important it is to keep our spine neutral, which is our spine's natural arch, and emphasise how important it is to keep your shoulders back and down as well. It's also important to note that if you have any worries, concerns, previous injuries, you should always seek advice and clearance from your healthcare professional, as pain is not at all what we're after. Okay, so now, having said all of that, I'm going to start with a standard warm-up. So we don't need to be super warm for this. This is something you can do literally while you're on your desk, but we'll start with just loosening up our limbs. So a couple of wrist circles. This one you can do seated, might as well stand up, get the blood pumping through your body. We're going to do some arm circles, keeping your elbows bent. I'm sure we don't have all that much space. So going one direction. And we're going the other direction. So you'll feel your shoulder blades kind of meeting in the middle here, which is really good for opening up our chest, warming up our whole body. Okay, we're going to move into some arm hugs. So again, bringing your shoulder blades apart, bringing them back together, opening up our chest, very important. Really want to keep that chest open. We'll have a few tight muscles if we're spending a lot of time sitting down, and we have a lot of looser muscles. So this workout will help us lengthen and strengthen. Okay, so with this one, we're just going to have a little bit of space, and we're going to turn onto our toes. And what I want you to do when you're turning is feel your glute. I want you to imagine squeezing your glute. You don't have to go fast. Twist as far as you can, but you want to activate that. That will be one of our weaker muscles. And we just want to make sure that we start with an activation of the glutes. All right, so squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. We're warming up our legs, squeezing that glute, and the other glute. All right, just a couple more. You can do this anywhere: photocopier, coffee machine, microwave. Okay, so now this one we're going to find a little bit of balance. We're just going to open up our hips. Now our hips are another thing that get tight when we sit down for periods, long periods of time. Just going to open them up. So just lifting up your knee, finding that balance on your other foot. You're not moving the rest of your body. Now you might not be able to get two big ones. It might not be very big circles to start with. It's perfectly okay. I promise you, the more that you do these, the more you'll be able to open up your hips. All right, let's head on down, finding some more balance. We're going to go to our ankles. So you can do these ones seated as well. Just going one direction, loosening up those ankles. And then we're going to loosen up the other ankle. So finding that balance on the other foot. Okay, so we're going to start with a seated position because it's going to be a common position for most of us who do work at a desk. So sitting down, we're going to bring our shoulders up and back and down, and then back to the starting position. So up and back and down. All right, so back to the starting position. Up, you really want to squeeze all of them up, shrink your neck, bring your shoulder blades together so they're kissing at the back there, holding, and then relax, and then coming back to the starting position. So you can do these anytime. Like I said, your chest will be tight, but your back will more than likely be a little bit looser. So we want to squeeze them, strengthen them. It's really good for our posture. Squeeze up, bring them back, and then down. All right, up, back, and down. Now you can even do some shoulder rolls during the day. Okay, so now we're going to move into our legs, just because we're sitting down already. Now I've got my seat low. These chairs are great because they're ergonomic. So We do, because we've just done our shoulders back and down. We've got a beautiful neutral spine. Shoulders are, like I said, back and down. What we're going to do with our legs is just take one leg off slightly and we're just going to extend it. Now we're working this muscle here. Now this will be one of the longer muscles we want to strengthen. So we'll stick with one side at a time. You might need to come shuffle to the edge of your chair if you're like me and have short legs. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so you can do this workout, parts of it, any way you like, anytime you like. And squeeze. Good job. All right, now we're going to swap sides. All right, so keeping that foot off, we want to squeeze the quad muscle and squeeze, keeping your neutral spine. So you want to be nice and tall. Holding onto your chair if you like. You can have your hands facing in front, it really doesn't matter. Maybe pop it on your quads and you can feel it activating. All right, we'll do 3 more on this side. 1, squeeze, 2, and 3. Okay, so next we're going to go into our squat. So when we squat, or when we stand from our seated position, we actually are coming up from a squat. So what I just want to show is how many of us come up from a squat and how we should actually be coming up from a squat. So you just want to activate these muscles. We've just activated them. We just want to use them to get us up. Okay, so then we're strengthening that part of our muscles, our body, and our glutes as well. So you want your feet about hip distance apart. It's not really a big deal because you're not going to be too low. You just don't want your knees to come in and you don't want them to go out. So just coming straight up. So we'll just do a couple of squats, pushing through your heels. Now you can do this anytime. Do a couple every 45 minutes. Just do them each time you get up, even one each time. Just be mindful. Think about your body and where you're placing it. Body placement. Might be feeling it a little bit in your glutes now, and your quads. And right up, and straight up, and straight up. All right, we're going to do 3 more. Straight up, 2, 3. Okay, so now what we're going to do is turn our chair around. Now you don't need the back of your chair, but if you want it for stability, you absolutely can. What we're going to do is we're going to do a squat. So this is when we need our feet to be hip distance, maybe slightly further than hip distance. You want your toes slightly pointing out, and your knees are going to travel in the same direction, but not actually coming over your toes. So if you want to hold on, you can. We're going to do 2 moves. So we're going to do a squat, and then we're going to do a kick back. So we're going to work that glute. So kick. And when you're kicking, you're actually kicking straight back and not to the side. So I'll show you. You don't need that. We're going to squat and then kick back. Squat and then kick back. So if you want the back of the chair, grab the back of the chair. Want to squeeze those glutes, keep the spine neutral. You don't have to go deep. You can even do these up against a wall. You can even do these without the squat. You really want to activate, you want to strengthen those glute muscles, okay, big muscles. All right. Good work. All right. A couple more. Again, you can do this any time of day. You can do it while you're waiting for dinner to cook. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move the chair out of the way again. And we're going to do a side lunge. So what you want to do is holding your hands, I like to hold them together, and I just run them down my leg until I get as far down as I can, keeping my neutral spine again. Coming up, and we're just going to go the same. We're going to hold it for a little bit longer this time. Come up. And hold it for a little bit longer. It's a bit of a stretch in there. You'll feel a bit of a burn, but you won't feel any pain. Okay, so we're going to have our hands together again. I'm going to roll it down the other side. Now you'll feel a bit of a stretch inside. Coming up, second time you'll be able to hold it for a little bit longer. Third time a little bit longer again. Okay, So what we're going to do now is we're going to come right down to the actual ground. Okay, on our stomachs. Now this is really important to activate our back muscles, okay? It's going to work all the way down to our glutes. We're going to go into a Y, then into a T, and then into a W. Each time we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together. They're just going to be squeezed in a different way. Okay, so we'll be opening up our chest, just a small move. All right, to start, we're going to activate all those muscles inside our shoulder blades. So on our hands and our knees, if you need to, pop a towel nice and thick under your knees, or if you have a mat. Okay, so what we're going to do is bring our shoulder blades apart and then bring them back together. We're just squeezing them. So this is just to activate them, warm them up, warming them up. All right, breathing, opening, breathing. All right, you want to keep your neutral spine all the way from your neck. So you don't want to be looking up and you don't want to be looking down. Just looking at, say, the end of your mat. Opening them up, right up, and then bringing your shoulder blades together. Now imagine those muscles contracting and bringing those shoulder blades in. Think about your posture. It's only the shoulder blades you don't want to curl. It's not a curl. Just bring your shoulder blades together. It's a tiny little move. Some of us might not even feel it just yet. Breathing in and out. In and out and in and out. Okay, let's come down to the ground now. I'm going to do those Ys. So the arms straight over your head, shoulder blades back and down, and you want a neutral spine. And we're going to go into it, squeeze, and then tap down. As soon as you tap down, you want to get straight back into it. Tap down, straight back into it. Tap down, straight back into it. Tap down, straight back into it. Squeeze it. See, I'm squeezing my glutes, not just my shoulder blades. All right, we've got 5 seconds. 3. And we're going to go into a T. So arms straight out, okay? We're not going to rest. We're really going to squeeze those shoulder blades. You're going to feel those shoulder blades warming up. Think about your posture. It's worth coming down to the ground for. All right, we're going to go to a W in a second. Holding. All right, let's relax for a sec. Hands by our shoulders into a W. Squeeze them together. Squeeze them together all the way down your back. Squeeze them together. Squeeze them together. All right, squeeze them together. We've got 3 seconds. And relax. Okay, so while we're low, we're going to stay low. Okay, we're going to lie on our backs. We're going to do 2 abdominal moves or core moves, starting with our glutes. Now what you want is your feet hip distance apart. You want a neutral spine, shoulders back and down, and your hands are just going to come by your sides. What we're going to do, and we'll do this together, is you're going to squeeze your glutes. If you want to watch me first, that's fine. You're going to squeeze your glutes, then you're going to roll your pelvis up, and then roll all the way up to your spine, all the way up your spine, to your shoulder blades. And then we're going to keep holding up our buttocks, squeeze, we're going to roll back down and release. Now squeeze, roll up that pelvis, let's do it together, all the way up, squeeze, again working all these back muscles, and back down. All right, again, very good for posture. Squeezing those glutes, rolling that pelvis up and back down. All right, let's go again. Squeezing those glutes, rocking that pelvis up, tucking it in and under, and rolling all the way up. You just want to do 1 vertebra at a time. And back down. All right, let's go again. Nice work. And back down. And we'll do 1 more. Buns of steel. All right. Perfect posture in no time. Okay, so while we're low, what we're going to do is we're going to lift our legs. So same position, hands by our sides, neutral spine, shoulders back and down. We're going to come up to what's called a tabletop with 1 leg, and then we're going to bring it back down. And you want to make sure your hips aren't rocking. Alternate sides, back down. And with our breath, you want to breathe in and then out as you bring it back down. And then in and out as you bring it back down. In. So you want to be controlled here. Keep those feet shoulder width, hip width apart. Nice control. You don't want those hips to rock. Okay. We're going to take that up a notch, but we're not going to stop. We don't have the time to stop, do we? No. All right, we'll do one more on the other side, and then I'll show you the next move. We're going to stay exactly the same spot. We're going to lift our leg up. We're going to extend it. We're going to bend it again. I'm going to bring it down. So you want control of that. You don't want to bring your knee too far in. It's just up into tabletop. Long, in. Keep those hips down. All right, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in as you bring your knee back, and then as it goes back down. So breathing in. Keep those feet hip distance apart and those legs in tabletop. You're in control of your body. You're in control of your movements. If you find them a little bit too hard, all you need to do is bring them a little bit higher. And if you'd like a little bit more, come a little bit lower. Okay, let's do one more on each side. Okay, stay in this position. What we're going to do is bring our hands in front of our face, keeping our neutral spine, and our shoulders are back and down. Our feet are hip distance apart, and we want to keep our knees there as well. So hands in front of our face. We're going to bring our shoulder blades off and our ribs towards our hips. Okay, so let's do this together. Looking forward, and then as we come up, we just look at our knees as we breathe out, and then we come back down and then back into it. So just bring our shoulder blades off and back down. And then back down. Good work. You're going to try and relax your neck. If you find this is a bit difficult, what you can do is place your hands behind your head, but try not to use your arms to bring yourself up. You want to use your abdomen. So elbows nice and long. All right, let's do 5 more. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit tricky now. So again, we're going to go back to the same positioning. If you want your hands behind your head, you can. You want your feet hip distance apart. You want your neutral spine. You want your shoulder blades back and down. We're going to put our hands in front of our face, palms are facing in. We're going to take the opposite rib to the opposite hip. Okay, so we're taking, say, we're going to go left. We're going to take our right shoulder blade off, leaving our left shoulder blade on. So we're breathing out as we come up, and then we're breathing in as we come back down. Out. And you want to make sure that your other shoulder blade is staying on the ground, and you also want to make sure that your hips aren't rocking. All right, let's do 3 more on each side. And last one. Okay, good job. Right, come up slowly. Okay, so what we're going to do next is We're going to do some Tabata high cardio. So the cardio component can be up to you. How it works is, I'm just going to get a quick timer. Okay, so it goes for 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off, okay? So you can find your own Tabata workout if you like. We have an option. If you wanted to hold onto your desk, you can do mountain climbers on your desk. You can come down to the floor to do mountain climbers, or we can do high knees. It just depends. It's good to change it up. We can do a little variation on each, okay? So let's start with high knees. So I'll count us in. I'll just grab the timer. I'll count us in. A little bit of cardio to get your heart rate up. We'll just do 4 rounds. We're not going to do any more than 4 rounds. So on the count of 3, we're going to start with our knees nice and high. So 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So high knees. I'm going to go high. Alright, get that heart rate up. You don't need any room for these. Nice and high. All right, 3 seconds. We're going to have 10 seconds to catch our breath. Pull your pants up. This one I'm going to go down to mountain climbers. Now this one you can actually do, like I said, at your desk or on the floor. All right, you're doing great. Just keep it up. Catch your breath. 3, 2, and relax. We'll do some squat jumps. And then we'll have one more round. And let's go. So squat jumps, you want to keep the chest up, bum back and down. Nice work. You want to go as low as you can. All right. 7 seconds. And stop. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Just do jog on the spot. You can go as fast or as slow as you like. 2, and let's go. Again, you can choose one of the other options. You can choose something harder, something easier. Choose to do marching on the spot. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Get those hips nice and high. 3, 2, and shake it out and relax. You can do that again. Usually it's an 8 rounds, but I thought I'd show you a shorter version. You can get done anywhere. It really wasn't that hard. It is getting your heart rate up there, which is great. So catch your breath and we'll do a stretch. Okay, so I'm going to pull our chair back. We can sit down while we're catching our breath. You don't want your heart rate to go down straight away. You want it to come out slowly. Bring our shoulders behind, kissing our shoulder blades together. You can also do this one holding the back of your chair, if you have a chair like mine. All right, we're going to sit back in our chair. I'm going to twist one direction, just hold that twist, stretch out that back. And we're going to swap sides. Okay, while we're here, we're going to sit on our left hand and we're going to stretch our neck to the opposite direction. This is again a great one you can do anytime. Don't roll your neck around though, because you can pinch nerves. You just want to bring it to one side, and then you want to come out of that exceptionally slowly, sit on your other hand, and then bring your hand to the other side. Sorry, sitting on our hand just holds our shoulder down. Sometimes when we do that, we just kind of roll over. So again, you want that neutral spine, shoulders back and down. Bring your head to the side. All right, so while we're sitting here, let's do some stretches with our wrists. Again, you don't have to flex too much. Just do a couple. As you get more confident, you can do more, or you can even grab a light weight. All right, turning our wrists over, both ways. Okay, so now we're going to stand up. This is another great stretch you can do absolutely anywhere. Move the chair, hands down your thighs, just keeping that neutral spine until you get about here, and then you're rolling each vertebra down at a time. And you want to come down as low as you can. If you find you can't go very low, you bend one knee and you straighten the other. You really want to stretch out the back of your legs. As you could imagine, sitting down for long periods of time really tightens these muscles. So they might be super sore at the start. You might only be able to get to here. Perfectly fine. Want to elongate your spine and stretch through those legs. And swap sides. All right, nice and long, nice and, that's it. Touch toes if you can, further out if you can. If you can't, it's perfectly fine. All right, so roll yourself up. Shoulders, of course, back and down. We're just going to do one more stretch. So we're bringing our feet a little bit wide, almost into sumo. We're keeping our chest up. We're coming down, so bring our hands on the inside. You can hold your ankles and push your knees out. Again, this one's going to be hard for some of us. Let me just hold it. I'll show you what it looks like from the side. So rolling it down. See, I'm keeping my chest up and my bum is back and down. You might have to start here. It's perfectly fine, or here. If you can come down, come down. Really open up those hips. Breathing. Don't forget the importance of breath. All right, come out of that slowly. I hope you enjoyed that. That was really fun to put together for you. I put a lot of thought and effort into it. I really hope you like it, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.